Hi everybody and welcome back to AFTV. I'm here with Ben from AFTV Benia. Now Ben, Arsenal 4, Atlético Madrid 0. Wow, I must admit I did not see that coming. Do you?
No, well, I was on the phone with my dad at half time and I was saying I'll take a 1-0. So to be 4-0 up inside with about 70 minutes it was unbelievable, really. Emirates is bouncing. You can't ask for much more than that, really.
It was an amazing performance. I mean, like you, I thought it would be a tight game. I was going for 1-0, but we made a good start. We didn't score, and I was a little bit worried. I was thinking if you don't score when you're on top, you know what I mean? We're playing teams of that quality, it may cost you, but wow, that second half.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, as you said, no one expected it, really. I think is that get the first goal and then the floodgates open, really. You get a set piece again, a as they say, and everyone was singing that in the stadium. And well, you look at Atletico they went to Anfield and were unlucky to lose, and now we've dispatched them 4-0. So it's promising signs of the campaign ahead, really.
Tell me what you think. Like a couple of the other guys I interviewed earlier, they were waxing lyrical. They're really excited, as you can imagine. But they're saying, listen, man, the way Arsenal are playing right now, we're not conceding, we're scoring goals. Is there a better team in Europe right now? What do you make of that?
Well, you look at Opta. Opta got Arsenal as favourites to win the Premier League and the Champions League. So you got to read somewhat into that. I don't want to get too carried away. You know, Arsenal fans typically we do get carried away. But I was saying to someone earlier, the last time we played Atletico Madrid was that Europa League semi-final, and we got dumped out by them. You know, 1-0 at the Emirates when we should have battered them. Yeah. And 1-0 at their stadium, we got knocked out. And now you look, was it 7 years onwards, 4-0, even if you told Ty at half time that it was going to be 4-0 within 30 minutes of being 0-0 at half time, I don't think he would have predicted that either. So we're looking really good, yeah.
There's something very different about this Arsenal team this season. Tell us in a few words what you think that is.
Well, I think the main thing is the squad depth, really. I think our problem the last few years, you know, the 22-23 season, when Saliba went out, we struggled big time. You know, you got the depth was Rob Holding coming in, and no disrespect to Rob Holding, he was good on his day, but when you've got him coming in to replace the likes of Saliba, that's instantly a massive downgrade. Whereas now you look at the job Mosquera did, you got Hincapie to come in if we lose another one. Just the squad depth, you look Saka on the right wing, you got Madueke to come in for Eze, you got Odegaard and Nwaneri, right back Timber and Ben White. Just every position you look at, we got two quality players. And I was looking at that 25-26 squad picture. You know, in years gone by, you look at it and you'd think that there's a couple players in there they can't really, they're not really going to contribute too much. As you look at every single player in that squad photo, they all can do a job, and every player in there is, you know, you look at them and think, yeah, that's a good squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And the good thing with that as well is that because the players who have got the shirt, they know they need to perform at levels, because the guy that's come in, he's going to be, you know what I mean, chomping at the bit to get that opportunity. And what that does, it just elevates the level of team performance. Talking of team performances, there was a number of outstanding performers today. I'm very curious to hear who you would give your man of the match, or anyone else you want to single out for special praise.
I think it's always, because I was at the game, it's always difficult to assess it when you're watching. I get carried away in the atmosphere, and it's difficult to compared to watching on the TV to assess, you know, individual performances. I think that run from Lewis Skelly for that second goal, you know, that was the, you know, 1-0 Atletico still in the game, but Martinelli gets credit for the goal, but that run from him to put it on a plate for Martinelli to side foot in the corner is, that was, you know, the difference between them still being in the game and probably taking it away from them, and then, you know, the set pieces follow. So probably him. I'm not sure what other assessments there'll be, but he was great for me, I think.
No, you're right. Even in here, when he did that, we were all off our feet. It was a sensational run and a brilliant finish by Martinelli. I want to talk to you about, I mean, and you're the best person to speak to because you was at the game. Now, Gyökeres, he's been a bit of a, let's face it, he's been on a bit of a drought. We were all willing him on to score today. What was the atmosphere in the ground when he scored, especially the second one?
Yeah, I mean, it was everyone bouncing up and down, really. I think even though you could look at those two goals and think he was fortunate, but, you know, you got, as they say, you know, a lot of the time with Aubameyang as well, you got to be in the right place, right time, and Aubameyang was always in the right place at the right time. And even the first goal, you know, there's a bit of fortune there, but you got to be there to score it. And the second one, again, is, well, 1 yard out, but again, if he wasn't in those positions, he's not scoring the goals. So I think people will be very happy, and that will take a lot of the pressure off of him as well. You know, You look at the people on social media saying no goals for however long, and whereas now, even no matter how they come, and he's taken that off his back, I think. So,
and I think he'll draw a lot of confidence out. And not only that, you could see the way the players, especially the second goal, the way they celebrated with him. That kind of told us that everyone's rooting for him at the club. Yeah.
yeah, of course. Well, he's had a tough time in the last 6-7 games, but even then, I think people being harsh. Like against Fulham, I still thought he played really well, and he was throwing himself about. Newcastle, he was getting stuck in compared to there's maybe the first few games where he was on the pitch and he wasn't scoring and he wasn't necessarily doing a lot. Whereas the last few games, he had a few chances against Fulham, but even then, without the goals, he was really getting involved. And as people said, that he opens up space for the other players with the runs that he makes, and that's why you're probably seeing Saka got man of the match in that Fulham game, because Gyökeres is dragging 2-3 players out of Saka's path, and so then he opens them up to do far better, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, that was a very good win. We've had a very good week so far. The win against Fulham, now tonight, even better. Palace on Sunday. Now that could be a difficult game. Eze up against his old club. In terms of the team, how would you like to see the manager go with that? Would you keep the same team as tonight, given that they played so well, or would you be inclined to, pull the likes of Calafiori back in, or how do you see it?
I think, I would expect Arteta to go. I see Calafiori maybe coming in for Lewis Skelly. Besides that, I don't think you can really drop Martinelli after the performance he put in tonight. And with the injuries that we've got, I think the rest of the team picks itself really. Saka and Gyökeres, then Havertz and Madueke both are out. The midfield, maybe Marino could come in, but again, I don't really see it. Probably more off the bench type of role. And you could maybe make a case for Ben White coming in for Timber, but I think relatively unchanged besides Calafiori is what I would expect the manager to go for, really.
And I'm assuming that, like most of us, you're confident about Arsenal and their chances of winning the Premier League this season.
Yeah, I don't want to curse anything, but I think this is the most confident that I've felt in the last few years. And as I said to you earlier, the reason being the squad depth, because in years gone by, if we lost an Odegaard, we're in big trouble. Whereas now you've got Eze and Nwaneri. I mean, he's been there for a while, but he's coming into his own. And the same, as I said, every other position, Saka goes out, you got Madueke. On the left, you got Trossard and Martinelli. Up front, when Havertz comes back, you got Gyökeres and Havertz. Just every position, there's real quality depth, and that's what Arsenal Football Club have lacked for many, many years. And so I think that's what gives us the best chance to really hopefully win the league, and hopefully others to come as well.
Yeah. Okay, Ben. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Nice.